The last question I have comes from Katie, and she asks,
Hello.
or Katie says, I just went through a breakup 24 hours ago because my ex didn't want to continue a relationship through long distance. But we're best friends, and I feel devastated to have lost somebody I love both romantically and platonically. I was wondering if you think staying friends after the end of a long relationship is possible or even healthy. And if so, how do I make sure I don't fall into old habits again while doing so?
I mean, I have an initial
What
reaction.
old habits? This would be nice to have the person on the phone.
Yeah, of course.
Because, like, fall into old habits.
I think
Sleeping together? You're long distance. Like,
no, I think imagining them, as my guess would be imagining or planning or hoping or trying.
oh, how do you emotionally just be friends?
Yes.
Interesting.
So, I don't know how long you dated, but I do think, I don't know that I've ever seen anyone. There are people that have friendships with exes. There's not many, but they're out there. But I don't know anyone who just downshifted like that without time completely apart, which would then allow you to restart the new relationship. Because what it sounds like trying to do is there's a sinking ship and you're trying to salvage as much as you can as it's going down. And you're going to grab whatever you can get because it hurts and it's a really, really crappy time. I think if to follow this analogy, it's like, no, the ship has to go all the way down. Everything has to go to the bottom. And then you come back with another boat. And now you're not drowning, you're not sinking, but you can choose without having to cling what you would like to bring back from that. And if that's a friendship, it's going to be easier to do having separated.
Well, I do think you can be friends. I don't think you can keep the same cadence of conversation. If you're long distance significant other, probably talking every single day, probably texting every hour, every couple of hours, and that is most likely not going to be a sustainable situation.
There's no way. Yeah, there's no way.
You can downshift to calling them in 2 weeks. I don't think you have to take 6 months off.
It's going to be an amount of time that is highly uncomfortable that you're not going to like.
Sure, because honestly, I did this with my girlfriend of 4 years from 19 to 23. We broke up. And I use the term addicted very lightly. There's no judgment here, but I was addicted to contacting that person. Whenever anything would happen in my life, I'd want to reach out to her. I'd want to call her or text her. And I remember that the next day after the breakup, something happened and I reached for my phone and I was like, oh no, what have I done? Because I've removed this person that was so important to me from my life. And like, it solidified in that moment what I had lost, I guess. So my pieces of advice would be, when you do feel the urge to contact this person, who else in your life could you reach out to? So for me, I redirected that. I went and I talked to you. I talked to my friend Ted, talked to my parents, texted my sister. And it's not all going to be the same person. Because honestly, for a lot of us, for significant others, we talk to them way more than we do to any individual friend or family member. But you don't have to bottle up those thoughts. You can just share them with other people. That's the one piece of advice I would have. And then the second one is, if you are going to try to be friends, I've seen this mistake made a lot where you want more contact with the person. So when they call you, you start complaining that they don't call you enough. And basically they have done what you want, which is call you. And then what you do is punish them for it by complaining or making them feel bad or trying to guilt them. And what they're experiencing is, oh, calling this person sucks, so I'm not going to do this anymore. And so, yeah, what I would caution you of is, if you're trying to turn this, I don't know what it takes for broken up relationship. If you're trying to take this broken relationship and turn it into a friendship, try to make the person want to talk to you by being fun and having good conversations. Don't try to use guilt or anger to get what you want, because you will just push them away. I've seen that a lot.
Yeah, that's great advice. I think that's one of the big shifts for many people between what a friend and a relationship you would expect.
Yeah.
There's an expectation that you get to complain to your boyfriend.
Sure.
But once you're friends and you're doing that, that is not going to
You're allowed to, I mean, weirdly, I don't understand why, but you're allowed to yell at your significant other. You're allowed to tell them, you're my boyfriend, you're my girlfriend, you're supposed to do that, you're supposed to call me, you're supposed to this, you're supposed to be here. But that's not how friendships work.
Yeah.
And so I've seen a lot of exes where they're like, you don't call me enough. You said you wanted to be friends. Well, I do want to be friends. Well, you haven't called me in a week.
Yeah, there's no leverage there.
Well, now I'm not going to call you for a month because this has sucked.
Yeah.
And I've seen that happen with multiple people that wanted to be friends. They just didn't know how. They just didn't shift out of being, significant other mode and using guilt and anger. And so, they just pushed that person very far away from being friends.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Great. I wish you the best. I know it stinks.
good luck.
Good luck.